Really glad we got our flu shot. My mom texted, "You were such a brave little soldier." Thank you, Mom.
Oh, Mama.
Love you. Well, you know, all of us had to start somewhere with our first job. Mine first was babysitting and then hauling hay. And then I even worked at a clothing store at one point.
Alan?
Well, I did newspaper route, lawn mowing.
Right?
Worked at a putt-putt golf course. Yeah, that was like years ago. And then radio. Started in radio in high school and then just kept on moving up.
There you go.
I wouldn't trade my first job for another. Earlier this year, back in March, I went back to my hometown of Marion, Ohio to visit Lawrence Orchards, visited my first boss, who's still there, George Lawrence.
My first job was almost 20 years ago at Lawrence Orchards, but not the back-breaking work. It's tough out picking apples. This is not what I did. I was in the old orchard store at the front counter. Lawrence Orchards is 100 years old this year. It's survived a tornado, a world war, and now a global pandemic, and customers are still coming back.
What is the secret to having a business survive for 100 years?
For 100 years, determination maybe. With farming, you know, there are good years and there's bad years, and as long as you weather out the bad years, and God's been very faithful to us. David, the thing I remember most about you is you were shy, which is amazing to me. You know, you were probably were you 16?
Probably 15.
I was going to say, I think maybe your folks actually had to drive you out here, maybe. I think I often would see David sort of sitting behind the cash register reading a book.
I just wanted to make sure y'all didn't miss this sign. This was my post where George says that I sat here and read books.
Have a seat, David. There it is! There it is!
How can I help you? Uh-oh. Pushed a button.
Just like old times.
Tech support!
And what does George think about me ending up on TV after such a painfully shy start?
I remembered that you were pretty shy with the customers and had to bring you out of your mold. Evidently, it worked.
It was a little intimidating sometimes, and I had to really
The
know my
orchard
stuff.
was intimidating. Come on, David.
Well, you know, if somebody wants to take a bath in apple cider vinegar, what am I going to do? I mean, am I going to, like, deny, you know? But no.
We do get some interesting requests here.
So if you're ever in Marion, Ohio, well, Lawrence Orchards has it all, even more than when I worked there. A petting zoo, the occasional pony ride, an
No, your
event
dad wouldn't have
space,
been old enough.
pick
Son,
your
I think
own
he's
apples, the best apple cider,
You weren't around long enough for me to tell you the secret blend.
and harvest days, and Apple Fest fall events that bring in thousands of people. And maybe George would tell you some more stories.
At this point, last year, our picking crew, I had 3 guys helping me in back. They would help pick. They'd help do odd and end jobs, mowing and all that sort of stuff. Things you didn't do, David. David only worked in the market. But
I went on strike. I refused to pick.
Dave Davis, Oklahoma's own News on 6.
It was hard
Wonderful.
work out there.
I should
Not that I
say
would
so.
know, though.
I love that. It's great to get to go back and see David.